Well, boys and girls, I had my first day back at work after my weekend trip to Yellowknife to go to my spiritual advisor's retreat, I guess you would say, so I can talk to the creator and try to figure out how to get my nap work ratio down. And lo and behold, I found two more times at my workplace where I could catch naps that I never would have seen before. I'm sure it was like, oh, it just happened. I'm telling you, meditation, uh, talk to the creator. These things can happen for you as well. I hope you're not going through anything like I'm going through, that I was going through right now. But if you are, Shania Beavertooth, Yellowknife, get there. Also, the Jaime's people have been a little bit perturbed with me because I've been so caught up with this. I haven't been promoting them as I should because I get so many free products from them. So, Jaime's Body Lube. When you have Shattenkirk on your Schwartz, there I said it. Okay, we're on to the St. Louis Blues. And I was going to go there. This is actually going a little further up the board. But since they had some news happen where Hitchcock got fired, I figured I might as well move up to him and talk about that situation and what's going to happen, what could happen at the trade deadline for them, or what I would do. There's two big issues going on with St. Louis right now. The Hitchcock situation, and I believe that happened pretty much kind of planned. Hitchcock is an amazing technician and strategist, and very, very incredible at it. What he's not really good at is people. He really annoys people a lot. I've heard this from so many different sources. They even say it straight out. What's his name on Sportsnet there? I can't remember. He used to be the general manager for the Columbus Blue Jackets. Came right out and said it too. He said he even annoys the interns and the office staff uh, because he is, but it sounds like, a crazy perfectionist, and that's probably why he's a great strategist and technician, though. You know. My thinking is he would be better as an assistant coach, but I'm sure he doesn't want to drop down in wage. I would do is pay him a lot of money to be part of the office staff, part of the upper management, whether it be assistant or whatever. But pay him more than you normally would pay those people in order to have that kind of expertise. His strategy and strategy and technical awareness is off the charts, according to pretty much anybody. Another guy that was like that was Donnelly. Donnelly. He was a manager of Buffalo and a few others, and he would just drive everybody crazy. But people would still hire him because he was so amazing at just the technical aspects of the game, and also he was great at producing prospects and setting up programs to help those prospects succeed. And I think Hitchcock would be good at that too. So hopefully, Hitch, you land on your feet there, maybe in Vegas. I hear the buffet lines are amazing there, and I'm sure you would appreciate that. Mike Yo, on the other hand, oh, by the way, I said hard on goaltenders. Well, he was hard on goaltenders in St. Louis. Allen is a much better goaltender than you're seeing, but I think there's good coaches get the best out of their tenders. I believe that is true. Uh, Good goaltenders make coaches look good too, but really great coaches like Babcock, Trotz. Look what happened with Trotz. He leaves the Preds, and all of a sudden Rene goes into the tank, goes to Washington, and Holtby becomes a world beater. Not saying that Holtby wouldn't have already, but it seems like quite the coincidence. Hitchcock, on the other hand, is the opposite effect. I mean, unless he has certain goaltenders like Belfour, who will basically, Belfour was so determined, such a determined player, and so high on himself. I don't think anything Hitchcock could say could get him down. Really, he would have been fine for Price and guys like that as well. But for young guys like Allen, he can really have a tough effect on. So I think that Mike Yeo, who it's a short history, but the goaltenders he's worked with in Minnesota seem to go to succeed a lot. Kemper and of course Dubnyk just flew with him as a coach. Now, like you said, those can be just they were going to be that good anyways, or he could have had an effect on them. And I think it's the latter because Yeo did really good work in Minnesota. Um, I think you're going to see St. Louis do from now for the next 25 games, you're going to see them win at a clip about 60-65%. Yo has got a lot to learn, and I'm sure he learned a lot from Hitchcock about maybe something he might have been lacking a little bit on is the technical aspects of the game just because of experience. So having that experience is going to be huge for him, and it's going to move that team forward. I have to talk about something else, and my full 42 is running out. So Shattenkirk is the other big thing, and I'm probably going to get blasted by people here. I would trade Pietrangelo before I trade Shattenkirk, and I certainly would trade Bouwmeester. Bouwmeester's got a couple more years at $5 million, 5.5. He's 33. He's going to be 35, 36. And he plays the type of game where he can still be effective at that age. He plays a defensive, not super hard hitting game, but very smart defensive, fast to foot game, and his stride is fantastic. I think there's a general manager out there that could eat that contract. And at the very least, you could maybe take some back and then sign Shattenkirk for sure. If you could keep Shattenkirk and Pietrangelo, that would be awesome. So I'm hoping that's what they do. That's what I would do. I would certainly, if I had to, I would trade Pietrangelo, and you would get a lot for him, and sign Shattenkirk. That's assuming Shattenkirk wants to stay in St. Louis, and it also depends on how much money he wants if he's going to stay in St. Louis. But if you're not going to sign him, I would just keep him, use him for the playoffs, and let him go, honestly. The value you're going to get for him on the market, it kind of depends on where they are in another month, come the trade deadline, I guess. If you don't think your team's going to be very good enough in the playoffs, then I guess you trade him. But man, Shattenkirk is so underrated. People treat him like he's like a 4 defenseman. He's not. He's a number 1 defenseman. The guy is fantastic. His numbers are, his fancy stats are through the roof. His possession numbers, his shot suppression, shot suppression, everything. I'm keeping this guy, and that is my full 42, everybody. Look me up on my NHL Pearls of Wisdom on YouTube. I got lots more there. Gotta go. Lots of love to you.